The fundamental goal of this book is to encourage, I think, family conversations about the use of technology. Conversations about what the appropriate boundaries are, what the appropriate rules are within the household, and what the consequences are of violating those rules. And I think that it can be seen as a collaborative process. I mean, obviously, when you're dealing with young children, it's much more top-down. But as kids start to hit middle school and high school, I think that there's an expectation, and it's reasonable, that it becomes a much more negotiated, collaborative process. In terms of the specific rules, I think that the most important thing is for the parents first to decide what their boundaries are, what their concerns are, and to hopefully provide a united front in terms of talking to children about what should be done and what will happen if it isn't. I think one of the most important things in terms of rules is to figure out an end time for the day. One of the things that I was interested to learn when I was reading this book is that physicians are having real concerns about the sleep levels for kids these days, because so many of them have mobile devices and they're taking them to bed with them and they're not sleeping. They're either staying up half the night texting back and forth, or they've got their phone set on alert so that they wake up every time that there's a text and tap out a response. And keep in mind that the average girl these days is sending over 4,000 texts a month. So that's a minimum of 200 a day, or actually I guess 150 a day. So that volume is pretty intense. And if there's nothing else you do, figuring out a time when the devices go to sleep is a great starting place. Obviously, you want to have age-appropriate conversations about potential criminal activity, of which cyberbullying can be one, academic dishonesty, that's more of a school violation, school policy violation. And then as kids get older, really having the heart-to-heart talk about the fact that there are criminal aspects to everything you do online, and you need to be aware of what those are. Beyond that, I think that for parents to try to set time limits is not a bad idea. That's a little bit difficult when you've got parents who are working 2 jobs, many hours, so on and so forth. In some cases, that can be alleviated by coordinating with other neighbors and friends, parents of friends and things like that. And then I think also making it absolutely clear that because of the potential consequences, there needs to be complete transparency in everything that the kids do. So if they sign up for a new social media service, they need to let the parents know that and give parents access to that information.